Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to week 14 of the NFL season. 13 weeks into the season, we have 16 out of the 32 teams that are at or above 500. Half. We have 5 teams that are at 500 that could go below 500 with a loss this week. If that happens, we'd have 11 teams at or above 500. Crazy. Thursday night game, we have the North versus the West of the NFC. We have the North Minnesota Vikings at 8-4, currently 5th in the NFC playoff, versus the Arizona Cardinals at 10-2, currently 2nd in the NFC playoff. Vikings are 5-3 versus the NFC. While the Cardinals are 7-1 versus the NFC this year. The line on this game is Arizona by 7.5. I have the Arizona Cardinals winning at home, but I have the Vikings covering that 7.5. And with defenses the way they are, and knowing last week that Peterson got shut down, I think the Cardinals can shut him down a little bit. I am taking it under on the 46.5. Next, we have the 7-5 Seattle Seahawks versus the 4-8 Baltimore Ravens. Currently, the Seahawks are 6th place in the playoff hunt. They're only 1 game ahead of Tampa Bay. And I think that's when I looked up. Yeah, and if I looked it up right and I understand tiebreakers correctly, I think if they end up tied, Tampa Bay has the tiebreaker between the 2 teams. Currently, the Seahawks are 1-1 versus the AFC, while the Baltimore Ravens are 1-2 versus the NFC. Current line on this game is Seattle by 6. There was no point spread on it. I am going to throw the point spread at 50, my magic number for whatever weird reason, but I can't find a point spread. So I got Seattle winning this. I think Seattle will cover the 6 points, and I'm taking under on the 50. Next, we have the 6-6 Atlanta Falcons versus the 12-0 Carolina Panthers. Carolina has already clinched the NFC South. Last year they won the NFC South at 7-9. This year they're 12-0. Atlanta Falcons 6-6. Right there, one of the couple 3 6-6 teams. So right outside the NFC playoff picture. Currently they are 0-3 in the division this year in the NFC South, while the Panthers, obviously being 12-0, they're 3-0 in the division. They, they're number 1 in the playoffs, home field advantage, first round bye, looking for the perfect season, 4 wins away from the perfect regular season, which only 2 other teams have ever done. The New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, the only team ever to go completely undefeated in the NFL season. Can Cam Newton and Carolina Panthers do it? I think they can. Right at this point, the way they're playing, I think they can. Carolina's favored by 8.5 here. I had them winning. I have them covering that 8.5. I'm taking over on the 46.5. Next, we have the Washington Redskins at 5-7 versus the Chicago Bears at 5-7. But the Redskins are a unique 5-7. They are tied for the lead, for the NFC North division lead with Philadelphia and the New York Giants. At 5-7, they are tied for the division. This will be back-to-back years that we had a division champion under 500. There's no way they're going 3-1 to finish 500, let alone going 4-0 to be above 500. Neither are the Giants, neither are the Phillies. So whoever comes out of the NFC North will be at least 1 to 2 games under 500. And hosting the playoff game. So yeah, currently they're 4th in the NFL playoff rankings. Under 500. They are 0-5 on the road this year, while the Bears are 1-5 at home. They are 5-4 versus the NFC, while the Bears are 2-6 versus the NFC. Current line on this is Chicago by 3.5 at home. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Dr. Cutler, Mr. Cutler. Which Jay Cutler are we getting? Forte, finally he's back. He had a great game last week. Hopefully he does the same this week. I've picked him up in one of my fantasy leagues. So yeah, one fantasy league I have to win. I have to pray for somebody else to win ahead of me. But then I have to beat one team, because the 2 teams right ahead of me are both playing each other. Yeah, that fucks me all up. But, I have to have the team right ahead of me, who I'm tied with right now. We're 5th in the league. There's 6 people in the league. I'm currently 6th. She's 5th. I have to have her beat the guy in 4th. I have to score 103 more points than him. I have to score 92 more points than her in order to make the playoffs. So you're saying I got a chance. So yeah. So Matt Forte, big pickup. Richard Rodgers, big pickup. Hopefully they perform this week. Antonio Brown, please, dear God, Antonio Brown, be Antonio Brown. So yeah, that's the way I feel about this game here. I give two shits, so I'm talking about fantasy. But no, I see the Bears winning. I think Cutler at home. Hopefully Forte is a good game. So I got the Bears winning, covering the 3.5 and over and under on the 44. Next, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers at 7-5 versus the 10-2 Cincinnati Bengals. Pittsburgh is tied for 7th in the AFC playoff hunt right now. Tied with the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 6th, and then the New York Jets, who are also 7-5. The Bengals leading the NFC North, 4-0 in their division this year, while the Steelers are 1-2 in the division. Division game matters, Steelers. Come on, guys. If you're going to go 1-3 in your division, you ain't got much chance of making the playoffs. Cincinnati is favored by 2.5 at home. I have them winning. I have them covering the 2.5. I'm taking over on the 49.5. Next, we have the two of the worst teams in the NFL. We have the 5th worst in the NFL, the San Francisco 49ers at 4-8. So yeah, the 49ers 4-8. Cleveland Browns, the league worst, 2-10. Just a freaking train wreck right now in Cleveland. Yeah. Of the bottom 10 teams are within 2 games of each other. There's a ton of teams at 4-8. There's 2-10 Cleveland Browns. It's like a battle for the number 1 draft pick. Even line on this, over under 41. Taking San Francisco. I hate even lines. I gotta have a pick. I gotta be able to choose something. So I'm giving the 49ers 1 point. I'm gonna have them win and cover that 1 point, and I'm taking under on the 41 points. So next we have the Indianapolis Colts at 6-6 versus the Jacksonville Jaguars at 4-8. Colts are 3-0 in the division this year in the AFC South, while the Jaguars are 1-3. Colts are favored by 2.5 and over under at 43. I got Colts covering the 2.5, winning, covering the 2.5, and under on the 43. Next, we have an AFC West matchup. We have the San Diego Chargers at 3-9 versus the Kansas City Chiefs, winner of fighting is 5 straight at 7-5. They're 5th in the AFC playoff right now. Chargers are 0-3 in their division, while the Chiefs are 3-1. Kansas City is favored by 11.5 at home and over under 45. I actually have Chiefs winning. I have the Chargers covering the 11.5, and I'm taking over on the 45. Next, we have the 3-9 Tennessee Titans versus the 7-5 New York Jets, who are 6th in the AFC right now. Jets are favored by 7.5. I will have them cover, win. I'm taking over on the 43. Next, we have the Buffalo Bills at 6-6 versus the 5-7 Philadelphia Eagles, who are tied for the division lead. The Bills are 1 game out of the playoffs for the AFC. Even on this, like I said, I hate even, so I'm picking Philadelphia to win. I'm giving them 1 point. They'll cover that, and I'm taking over on the 47. Next, we have the Battle of the 4-8. So the Detroit Lions 4-8 and the St. Louis Rams at 4-8. The Lions are 1-4 on the road, where the Rams are 1-5 at home. Both are 3-5 versus the NFC. Even. Another even. 40.5 is the point spread. Points. Fucking Rams can't even score an offensive touchdown. I got the Lions winning. Give them 1 point. They'll cover that. Under on the 40.5. Next, we have the 48 New Orleans Saints versus the 6-6 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jameis Winston, possible playoffs this year. They are 1 game behind Seattle, and they are the tiebreaker. So they are 5-3 versus the NFC this year. Line on this game is 3.5. Is Tampa Bay 3.5? I'm taking Tampa to win. Cover the 3.5 and over on the 15.5. We have the Raiders at 5-7 versus the Broncos at 10-2. Broncos are 3-1 against the AFC West. Brock Osweiler's 3-0. Raiders and Derek Carr have been playing good this year. They're a couple of years away from really being a contender for the division. Denver's favored by 8.5 at home. I have them winning. I have Oakland covering the 8.5, and I'm taking over on the 43.5. Next, we have the 4-8. One of the worst teams in the NFL. Only one game out of the division now. Yeah, Redskins, Eagles, Giants, 5-7. Cowboys, 4-8. Cowboys lost 8 games. They're 1-8 without Romo. Yeah. Versus the Green Bay Packers, 8-4. Holy shit, Green Bay! What a way to win a game. A 61-yard Hail Mary with 0 time on the clock. Detroit, remember one thing. Penalties do count. Penalties do matter. Don't grab a fucking face mask. Richard Rodgers, what an amazing catch that was. I meant to mention the Detroit game. Holy crap. Because of that play, I picked up Richard Rodgers on my fantasy team. How much money did that just blow up in Vegas with Green Bay winning that? How many people, I mean, I picked Detroit, but I go off fucking limb sometimes. How many people had Packers winning that, and because of that play, number one, Packers won, they covered the spread. Oh, well, tell him to piss on himself. So yeah, the Packers are favored by 7.5 at home, with an over/under 44. Got Packers winning. I don't think Dallas can beat Green Bay in Green Bay. They'll cover